You may have noticed that over the past 9 or 10 years or so, the U.S. Republican Party has undergone a bit of a metamorphosis. I mean, it's not that the hatred and vindictiveness are anything new, but they did used to at least try to be more low-key about it. In the Trump era, though, the quiet part has become very loud and proud. And one of the more interesting aspects of this is that while elected Republicans have had to transform themselves from the Reagan Republicans they were into the Trump Republicans they are now, for a younger generation of Republicans who will one day be in charge of the party, this is all they've ever really known. So it's no surprise that some chat logs recently unearthed by Politico reveal that the youth wing of the GOP is racist as hell and has a sense of humor that mostly involves saying slurs and praising Adolf Hitler.
I know. It's shocking. Everyone is shocked.
I can't believe it.
Young Republicans being fully mask off racist when they think no one else is listening? Say it ain't so. And yeah, of course, this isn't actually shocking at all, nor is it all that different from how young Republicans have presumably talked behind closed doors for decades. But what is different is that nowadays these conversations primarily happen online and are meticulously logged. And when they inevitably leak, the Vice President of the United States immediately comes out and says, this is no big deal. Why is everyone so upset? These are toddlers, little babies walking around in their diapers. This is the only word they know is Adolf Hitler.
Little babies with bow ties.
No, they go and they get their Wowie Pops and they open their group chats, and sure, they may say a few slurs, but if we're holding everyone to the worst moments of their terrible twos, then are we even a country anymore?
Humongst.
Yes.
Whomst.
Yeah, exactly. Democrats actually want to abort the members of these group chats.
Yeah, which is worse.
They're so
Way
young.
worse.
Yeah, they are so young, they want to be aborted. So it's hard to remember now, but there was a time when Republicans actually got in trouble for letting the masks slip a bit, but not anymore. Let's have a look at what J.D. Vance says everyone is pearl clutching over.
Leaders of young Republican groups throughout the country worried what would happen if their Telegram chat ever got leaked, but they kept typing anyway. They referred to black people as monkeys and the watermelon people, and mused about putting their political opponents in gas chambers.
No, that's just locker room talk.
They talked about raping their enemies and driving them to suicide, and lauded Republicans who they believe support slavery. William Hendricks, the Kansas Young Republicans vice chair, used the words N-G and N-G, variations of a racial slur, more than a dozen times in the chat. Bobby Walker, the vice chair of the New York State Young Republicans at the time, referred to rape as epic. Peter Giunta, who at the time was chair of the same organization, wrote in a message sent in June that everyone that votes no is going to the gas chamber. Can we fix the showers? Gas chambers don't fit the Hitler aesthetic. Joe Maligno, who previously identified himself as the general counsel for the New York State Young Republicans, wrote back.
So this is the future of the Republican Party. And despite the name Young Republicans, these are millennial and Gen Z adults.
No, they're little tiny babies.
Guys.
They don't have object permanence.
Guys, they are basically just learning how to walk. And if you were held to the same standards as when you were learning how to walk as you are now, then obviously you would look really bad.
They're still pooping their diapers and sucking their binky. No, these are like grown-ass fucking adults.
Yes, there's like elected officials in this group chat. So no, Mr. Vice President, no, I'm sorry. A lot of these people already work inside the Republican Party or the government. One member of the chat is a state senator, and another works in the Trump administration's Small Business Administration. So no, this is not
just boys being boys.
He's trying to portray this as like some kind of like Cub Scout group. Like, oh, this is like a group chat for like Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
Like they went on a camping trip once and they just got a chat going and they just wanted to keep in touch. And they get carried away.
Yeah.
And even then it's bad. But the fact that within the chat logs, they realize what they are doing is wrong.
Yeah,
and
like,
then
it would be really fucking bad if this ever leaked.
They are aware of what they're doing. It's not just like the jokes. The joke.
It does. There is the theory that Republicans have essentially become the libs that they so despised, and one of the ways that is true is infantilizing young adults.
Yes.
Like this is a lib thing from like the Tumblr days. It's just like, how dare you say that to a 25-year-old child?
Yeah, a little baby.
And we're doing it now with Republicans.
Yeah.
Can't be held responsible for my actions until I turn 35.
Yeah. When it's a man over 40 that kills a bunch of people, it's the photo of him on the jet ski.
Yeah.
When it's a man under 40 who does something wrong, it's him dressed as Alfalfa from Little
With
Rascals.
a little rattle and a hat with a little propeller on it, blowing bubbles.
It's literally the J.D. Vance with the lollipop. Would you yell at this?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't. It sounds like Politico was initially investigating allegations that a New York Young Republicans group was mismanaging funds and failing to properly disclose its finances. But in the process of looking into that, nearly 3,000 pages of Signal chat logs spanning 8 months fell into their lap. So let's read some more.
Mixed into formal conversations about whipping votes, social media strategy, and logistics, the members of the chat slung around an array of slurs, which Politico is republishing to show how they spoke. Epithets like the F slur, the R slur, the N word appeared more than 251 times combined. In one instance, Walker, who at the time was a staffer for Ort, talked about how a mutual friend of some in the chat dated this very obese Indian woman for a period of time. Gyenta responded that the woman was not Indian. She just didn't bathe often. Samuel Douglas, a state senator from northern Vermont and the head of the state's Young Republicans, replied to Gyenta. In a separate conversation, Gyenta shared that his flight to Charleston, South Carolina landed safely. Then he offered some advice for his fellow Young Republicans. If your pilot is a she and she looks 10 shades darker than someone from Sicily, just end it there. Scream the no-no word, Gyenta wrote.
When Luke Mosman, the chair of the Arizona Young Republicans, asked if the New Yorkers in the chat were watching the NBA playoff game, Gyenta responded, "I'd go to the zoo if I wanted to watch monkey play ball."
Whew.
Gyenta elsewhere refers to black people as the watermelon people. Hendricks made a similar remark in July. Bro is at a chicken restaurant ordering his food. Would he like some watermelon and Kool-Aid with that?
God.
Hendricks was a communications assistant for Kansas Republican Attorney General Chris Kobach until Thursday. He also said in the chat that despite political differences, he's drawn to Missouri's Young Republican organization because Missouri doesn't like the F slur. In another exchange, Dwyer, the Kansas chair, informs Gyenta that one of Michigan's Young Republicans promised him the group will vote for the most right-wing person to lead the national organization. Great. I love Hitler, Gyenta responds. Yeah.
And there's more Nazi shit where that came from. There's, of course, 1488 jokes, the kind of thing that used to be reserved for straight-up neo-Nazis. But the most ironic example is members of the chat talking about wanting to defeat an opponent in a Young Republicans election by framing that opponent as a Nazi before they quickly realized that this would actually help that person, not hurt them, because the Young Republicans are all fucking Nazis.
Yeah.
Anyways, in the immediate aftermath of this article being published, a bunch of the key players lost their jobs.
Oh, I think you mean they got sent home from school, Elliot, by the principal.
Yeah, what
These children.
Last I checked, we didn't have child labor in this country, although we're working on it.
if Republicans had their way, these children would be down in the mines,
Yeah.
and not busy in a group chat.
Yeah,
slinging slurs.
All this proves that young people have too much free time on their hands and not enough black lung.
Yeah, everyone's the same color down in the mines.
But yeah, a few of them have actually lost their jobs. Several Republican Party officials denounced the chats. The Young Republican National Federation called for everyone involved to step down from the organization. So this chat was just so indefensible that
so
everyone's
toxic,
just like,
no one wanted to touch it.
No,
Except, except, oddly enough.
So yeah, everyone agrees in the immediate aftermath, like, this is fucking bad.
Yeah, we should start apologizing now.
But then, as the AP reports, Republican Vice President J.D. Vance, however, has weighed in several times to speak out against what he characterized as pearl clutching over the leaked messages. After Politico's initial report on Tuesday, Vance posted on X a screen grab from 2022 text messages in which Jay Jones, the Democratic candidate for Virginia's Attorney General race, suggested that a prominent Republican get 2 bullets to the head. This is far worse than anything said in a college group chat, and the guy who said it could become the AG of Virginia, Vance wrote on Tuesday. I refuse to join the pearl clutching when powerful people call for political violence.
Jones subsequently said he took full responsibility for his comments and offered a public apology to Todd Gilbert, who then was Speaker of Virginia's House of Delegates. Vance reiterated his initial sentiment Wednesday on the Charlie Kirk Show podcast, saying when asked about the reporting that a person seriously wishing for political violence and political assassination is 1,000 times worse than what a bunch of young people, a bunch of kids, they were just children, say in a group chat, however offensive it might be. Vance, 41, said that he grew up in a different era where most of the stupid things that I did as a teenager and as a young adult, they're not on the internet. The father of 3 said he would caution his own children, especially my boys, don't put things on the internet. Like, be careful with what you post. If you put something in a group chat, assume that some scumbag is going to leak it in an effort to try to cause you harm or cause your family harm. I really don't want us to grow up in a country where a kid telling a stupid joke, telling a very offensive joke, stupid joke, is caused to ruin their lives, Vance said.
Just kids.
And the real criminal is the one who leaked it.
Yeah. Bigotry is a sin, but it's an even worse sin? Tattling.
Yeah. You see, when you can't have a secure chat like this, how are the nation's greatest minds supposed to come together and blaze new trails for our future?
Yeah.
Because that's clearly what was happening in here and not anything else.
Just boys being boys. Just offhand jokes.
From literal toddlers who were sent to the principal's office and are now staying home from school.
Yeah.
I don't know why they got it wrong in the reporting that they had jobs to be fired from or that these were elected officials.
What was their job? Throwing the newspaper at houses?
Yeah. Mowing the lawn. Chasing the muff around.
But no, again, despite the name Young Republicans, these are all grown-ass adults in their 20s and 30s. It's weird that J.D. Vance is specifically framing this as teenagers and college students when that's not what's happening here.
They're basically in his generation.
They're not teenagers. Even if they were teenagers, it would still be bad. The thing that he's pointing out, the guy in Virginia, I'm like, that's bad.
Yeah.
2 things can be bad at once.
Yes, that's right.
It's weird that you're digging up something, some other totally different thing and being like, actually, I'm mad about this instead.
Yeah, this realistically should be a learning moment for everyone in here.
And if this is giving you some deja vu, well, back in February, J.D. Vance had a similar reaction to one of Elon's Doge boys being outed as a racist. And that kid was 25.
Wow.
And it was
just a boy. Just
a boy. In both cases, he treats vile racism like it's no big deal, and journalists reporting on it as the real problem. In this case, the chat logs were so comprehensively bad that the participants were universally condemned by their own party.
Instantaneously.
But then here comes J.D. Vance, the vice president of the United States, saying, actually, everyone's just pearl clutching. It's totally fine that the youth wing of the Republican Party is barely distinguishable from a Klan rally. It's actually your fault for caring. I mean, it makes you wonder what kind of shit J.D. Vance is texting people now, and especially when he was a teenager.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be some pretty messed up shit.
Now, you do have to give the Republican Party a little bit of credit here, because here's the thing. For so long, they used to only care about human beings up until the point that they were born.
Yeah.
All human beings need to be protected and cared for up until the point they're born. They just need to be born.
Yeah,
now
it's up until you're 30.
As long as you're a white guy,
yeah,
until you're 30, it's basically like what are you doing? He's just a boy. Everyone makes mistakes. If you were judged, he murdered someone. If you were judged by the worst day of your life, I'm sure that you could probably go to jail for 30 to 40 years.
And we're trying him as an adult? He's 29 years old.
He's barely out of school.
He doesn't, the frontal cortex has not fully formed. He doesn't understand consequences.
It would be one thing if it was 18 or 19, which I'm sure some of them are, but
even then it's
this is bad.
You can't just dismiss it. You have to be okay.
Yeah. There has to be consequences for it or it will continue
it's a weird thing. It's when a little kid does something wrong, you don't just let them do it. It's a teachable moment where you'd be there actually are consequences. You can't do that bad thing. And I have to instill these virtues in you. But according to J.D. Vance, you actually should just let little kids do whatever the fuck they want. And never say anything bad about it.
As you're saying that, I can picture a kid stealing a chocolate bar from a convenience store.
He's just a kid.
And then having the parent yell at the shopkeeper.
Yeah. I mean, that's these days.
Well, you put it right down here where the kids see it.
Yeah. How dare you? Trying to ruin this little boy's life for what? a single chocolate bar.
Yeah.
How much could that
Well, maybe
cost?
if the
$20?
maybe if the racist jokes weren't so funny, they wouldn't have to tell them all.
That's another thing. Like, their racism is like not even really clever.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it matters, but it's just like black people, they eat watermelon and they drink Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Indian people smell bad.
Yes.
And
if you don't vote for me, what's a way to die? Oh, put them in the gas chambers.
yeah, it's just so. Also, I mean, it doesn't matter, but as usual, you look at pictures of some of the people in this chat, and you're like, I don't know, if I looked like that, I wouldn't be, promoting the white race the way you are. I would maybe sit this one out. You're not exactly the perfect specimen, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yes, well. Anyways, JD, of course, does kind of have a point. These chat logs are a pretty accurate reflection of the state of the GOP and the direction America is going. For example, the official social media accounts of federal law enforcement agencies are nowadays mostly about making a big old meme out of their cruelty. They've done ASMR deportation videos, an edit of the Pokemon Gotta Catch 'Em All intro with footage of ICE raids, and AI-generated Studio Ghibli edits of crying migrants being torn from their families. But the latest example still managed to shock a lot of people because the song choice has to have been intentional.
There's no way this was accidental.
Back in the 90s, Michael Jackson released a song called They Don't Care About Us, and it immediately attracted controversy for featuring an anti-Semitic slur. And we're not going to get into the discourse over what his intentions were, but the version of the song you'll find streaming nowadays has the offending words drowned out with sound effects. So it's very suspicious that the version the Border Patrol used is the original uncensored version, and the short clip they posted features that specific section of the song. And if you participate at all in Instagram stories, you'll know that if you are adding a song,
it's really hard to find a specific little.
You gotta find the part that you want.
Yeah, you gotta. It's not easy. You gotta really want it.
Whoever's doing it, they're definitely not just winging it.
So here's Gizmodo. A U.S. Border Patrol video featuring anti-Semitic lyrics went viral on X on Tuesday after far-right users discovered it had been posted to Facebook and Instagram. The video, which included the lyrics "Jew me" and "K slur me," was deleted from the platforms on Wednesday morning, though it's not clear whether the offensive content was taken down by Border Patrol or Meta. The 13-second video appears to have been posted to Instagram in August, but was pinned in the Reels section of the official Border Patrol page, making it more visible to a wider audience. The video only gained widespread attention late Tuesday on X, where far-right extremists celebrated a signal that was clearly intended for them. The Instagram video had 3.4 million views when Gizmodo viewed it Tuesday night. The audio used in the clip comes from Michael Jackson's controversial 1995 song, They Don't Care About Us. The song includes the lyrics, "Jew me, sue me, everybody do me, kick me, K-slur me, don't you black or white me." The lyrics were criticized at the time for being anti-Semitic, though Jackson defended his words, insisting he didn't intend for them to be offensive. The singer, who died in 2009, issued an apology and later released an edited version of the song.
The video is very short, making it clear that the choice of lyrics was the intentional focus. Viewers are obviously meant to hear the anti-Semitic aspects, since it's more or less the only audio in the 13 seconds being presented. DHS didn't respond to questions from Gizmodo on Wednesday morning. Comments on Instagram included people who clearly understood the message of the video as anti-Semitic. One commenter replied, "Based song choice," which was liked by the Border Patrol account. Another commenter wrote, "If you know, you know." Comments from the far right on X were even more explicit, including, "This deserves 6 million likes and shares," a reference to the number of Jews who died in the Holocaust. Other commenters on X marveled at how mainstream their far-right and anti-Semitic ideas were becoming, with one person writing, "This movie is taking a strange turn. It's strange to me because I never thought I'd see this in the mainstream. It was always underground." Yeah,
I mean,
they definitely have.
They got Groypers running all these fucking accounts,
Yeah.
and I mean, we saw this. It was like one of Ron DeSantis's when he was still running.
Yeah, was putting this stuff.
It's like whoever was like running his Instagram right, and TikToks were like clearly not just a Groyper, but like a full on fucking Nazi, like putting all these little not even Easter eggs. Like they had like the black sun in the background of a video, and it's like you're not dog whistling anymore. This is fully in the audible range. So yeah, it's not surprising at all that they're like, we need someone who is good at social media and aligns with our values. So
And is young.
Who do we got? Yeah, you got a bunch of little fucking Groyper Nazis running all of these social accounts. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, the young Republicans are really just following their party's lead when it comes to this sort of thing. But moving on now to some of the latest examples of the cruelty being the point for ICE. Up in Portland, the protesters have done an excellent job highlighting just how absurd the president's descriptions of them and their city are. This has primarily involved protesters dressing up in cute inflatable costumes. But others have contributed to the upbeat atmosphere in different ways. One example is a marching band who often performs in costume and clearly presents no threat whatsoever to law enforcement. But that didn't stop ICE from attacking and detaining one member of the band across state lines for several days for literally no reason.
This has got a new version of Smokey and the Bandit written all over it.
Yeah?
Cross state lines, and they got to get that band where they do the dance. The meme video.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking
You don't know the meme where the people do the dance with the whole band on stage?
Oh, that's from like years ago.
Yeah, I know, but it pops up all the time.
I hate that. No, this is serious. It's
Okay.
a different brass band. It's not the ones where the lady's going, ah. I remember that now.
Yeah, okay.
People were kind of too mean to that.
Well,
It's like,
yeah,
just
of
keep
course.
scrolling.
Yeah.
People were like, real mean.
Yeah,
they're
looks like a
having
fun
fun.
time.
Leave them alone.
Yeah.
Brass is not cool. I love brass, but it's not cool, and that's fine. Anyway, here's an Oregon Live. A clarinet player for a Portland marching troupe that frequently performs during protests was arrested Sunday when federal agents barreled into the band while pursuing another suspect, bystander video shows. Members of the unprecedented brass band were playing the theme from Ghostbusters on a patch of gravel across the street from the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Field Office in South Portland when clarinetist Oriana Coral was arrested. Coral, a 38-year-old child and family therapist, was detained at ICE and then taken to the Clark County Jail. Demonstrators detained by federal officers are sometimes quickly released, but other times have been lodged in outside facilities such as the Columbia and Yamhill County jails pending formal charges. On Tuesday afternoon, supporters were outside the federal courthouse after learning Coral did not have a scheduled appearance. As of 2 p.m., the federal government had not filed charges against her as she sat in jail, where a Clark County Jail Services representative said she was being held on suspicion of assault on a federal officer.
Audio assault.
She blew in the clarinet threateningly.
Yes.
She played the Ghostbusters song, which made us all believe in the clear and present danger of ghosts being present in the vicinity.
If you haven't been scared by a clarinet, you've never watched SpongeBob SquarePants. That Squidward, when he gets on that thing, doodly doodly doodly.
Yeah, it is a threat.
Yeah. Ah! Founder and trumpet player Miles Thompson said it's the first time a member of the band has been arrested since it was formed in 2017 during a large demonstration demanding that President Donald Trump release his tax returns.
These are fucking libs. These are not Antifa. They started protesting Trump not releasing his taxes. They're called the unprecedented marching band. Like, this is fucking lib shit. This is Kofifi.
Yeah.
It's not Antifa.
Thompson, 43, said federal agents had just exited the fortified facility and appeared to be chasing a protester when the protester and officers collided with band members, most of whom were wearing banana costumes.
Oh my God, threateningly.
Ori, our clarinet player, was pinned against this fence with whoever they're trying to detain at her feet, and she's just kind of stuck, Thompson said in an interview Tuesday. Then suddenly, one of the other officers just tackled her. I didn't see anything that warranted any kind of arrest. A video posted on social media showed officers pushing into a crowd to make several arrests on South Bancroft Street. One demonstrator appears to break free from a scrum and run towards the band. Officers pursue the suspect and take him to the ground. Another video showed Coral wedged between several officers, tripping over them and the detained suspect as she falls into the mud. An officer then pins her as well. The videos don't capture the complete sequence of events, and authorities haven't said what specific conduct triggered her arrest. Thompson said the other 14 or so members of their band stopped playing and were chanting, "Shame," when Coral was suddenly arrested, her clarinet lying beside her.
Yeah, the weapon has been neutralized.
Pick it up and put it into just a tiny Ziploc bag and carry it.
Put it on the circular table and stand behind it.
Yeah.
ICE agents taken off the street.
Yeah.
This is fucking ridiculous. They arrested this, it seems like a very nice lady, for playing the Ghostbusters theme song on the clarinet and just happening to be in their way when they were chasing an entirely different person.
Yeah.
And she's been in jail for 3 days for it. And with
That's obstruction.
With
Get
no
out of the
signs
way.
of getting out. Like, this is, this is some habeas corpus shit, which they have talked about getting rid of, but you can't just like fucking arrest someone and not charge them.
Yeah.
And they threw this woman in a cell and like didn't file charges for like 2 straight days afterwards. For what? For just being outside.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
They don't like the movie. It's scary. And it promotes devilish things during the Devil's Month.
They should love the Ghostbusters because Ghostbusters is anti-regulation. The villain of the movie is a fucking EPA official.
That's right. Yeah.
Anyway, this happened the same day as that emergency naked bike ride in Portland. And while it's impossible to frame the protests in Portland as threatening in any way, they're still trying. Like, here's Mike Johnson.
What I've seen is the abuse of law enforcement by radical leftist activists. Most recently, the most threatening thing I've seen yet was the naked bicyclers in Portland who were protesting ICE down there. I mean, it's getting really ugly.
Come on, man. Go jerk off. You're scared of too many things.
No, his son's alarm will go off.
Jerk off together. I don't care. Come on. Like, who's buying this shit? Probably a lot of people, which sucks.
Yeah.
And yeah,
the same people who are like so angry that the government is shut down right now because of the damn Democrats.
Yeah.
So maybe if the government wasn't shut down, then this clarinet player could be back at her government job.
That band in their banana costumes might seem innocuous to most people, but as a lifelong Mario Kart player, yes. I see what the message they were getting across there. Bananas in my culture are a threat. They can really screw up a good run.
Yeah. And
that's why we had to take that woman down.
And what if she charmed a snake? What if?
Yeah, then we're fucked.
Uh-huh.
And in case you're not aware, we should point out that there is another No King's Day coming up this Saturday.
Yes.
With protests happening in cities and towns all across the country, all on the same day.
Even at different times. There's one that I'm going to go to in the morning, and then there's one that I'm going to go to in the evening.
Yeah, no,
it's like bagel bites. You can have a protest at any time.
I mean, in a city like LA, the last No King's Day, there was probably like 20 protests throughout the city. I think there's even more this time.
Cool.
It's it's a good reason to go outside and
the weather's been beautiful for much of the country.
Well, here especially, it's finally fall. Finally, it's time to start dressing.
Yeah.
Last No King's Day, I was kind of in and out in 90 minutes because I was having a real bad time with the heat. It was uncomfortable. But this time, I can stay out all day.
Yeah. You should get a little scooter to drive around, so you don't have to walk either.
No, they'll see that as a threat. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
So the first No King's Day back in June was, aside from what happened in Salt Lake City, hugely successful at demonstrating how many everyday people in this country are pissed off about what the Trump administration has been doing. And hopefully this one is an even bigger success. You should definitely check out nokings.org to find an event near you. And unless you live in the middle of fucking nowhere, there is an event near you.
Yes.
Probably several.
It's fun. Go outside and do things.
Yeah, it just makes you feel a little more sane.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay. A lot of people fucking hate this shit. Not just me. Not just me on the computer.
And other human beings are real, and they are usually very nice and great to be around.
They want us all to feel, they're gaslighting us, essentially, and the solution to that.
They want you to fall into this isolationist trap, and you shouldn't do it.
Anyway, if you were there back in June, you know that this is some of the most chill, normie protesting imaginable. It was very clear that a lot of fucking people out there had never been to a protest in their life. And that's fucking beautiful.
There's a lot of creativity on display, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's certainly a wide spectrum of the left, but it's mostly just extremely normal libs. So it's kind of crazy that this is how Republicans are talking about it.
This is about one thing and one thing only: to score political points with the terrorist wing of their party, which is set to hold, as Leader Scalise just commented on, a Hate America rally in D.C. next week.
They have a Hate America rally that's scheduled for October 18th on the National Mall. It's all the pro-Hamas wing and the Antifa people. They're all coming out.
And then October 18th is when the protest gets here. This will be a Soros paid-for protest where his professional protesters show up, the agitators show up. We'll have to get the National Guard out. Hopefully it'll be peaceful. I doubt it.
I encourage you to watch. We call it the Hate America rally that'll happen Saturday. Let's see who shows up for that. I bet you see pro-Hamas supporters. I bet you see Antifa types. I bet you see the Marxists in full display, the people who don't want to stand and defend the foundational truths of this republic.
Because the first one was so successful and had so little drama that they really have to ratchet everything up.
Yeah, the Antifa Hamas rally in every city in America.
Yeah. Well, in reality, like, all the Republican women should be like, oh, well, now there's not going to be any lines down at the farmer's market or the brunch spots. I'm going to go take advantage.
Yeah.
So
maybe I'll pick up a pierogi while I'm down there.
No pierogies. They're actually part of the march.
Anyway, we got more news to cover today. But first, we got to let you know that this episode is sponsored by Dupe.com. Have you ever fallen in love with a couch, lamp, or rug online, and then your soul leaves your body when you see the price tag? Well, I'm going to let you in on a secret called Dupe.com. It's ridiculously easy to use. All you got to do is type Dupe.com / before any product URL, and it instantly shows you similar and more affordable alternatives. These aren't sketchy knockoffs either. Here's the thing that most people don't realize. Most furniture sold online is mass-produced in the exact same factories. Those factories then sell to brands under different names, who then list them for different prices. Dupe.com automatically lists these less expensive alternatives for you, so you're not overpaying just for some brand name.
Dupe is one of the most viral shopping hacks on TikTok. Millions of people have already used Dupe to save money, and it is 100% free to use. That $5,000 cloud sofa you don't think you can justify? That beautiful mid-century dresser you've had bookmarked forever? Dupe will find a similar item, sometimes even the same item, for 60, 70, or even 80% off. With Dupe.com, you can finally decorate the house of your dreams without going broke. And Dupe.com isn't just about furniture either. Dupe works for fashion, shoes, jewelry, and more. Dupe.com, it really is so easy to use. Just type dupe.com / before any product URL in your browser, and boom, it instantly finds you less expensive alternatives. You can also just go to the website, which I've used, and it's very easy. They even have an app and a browser extension that you can download. No account required, no sign up required. It's completely free to use. Stop wasting money on brand names and start saving with Dupe.com today.
All right, let's round out today's show with a little bit of AI news. For years now, they've been constantly telling us that we need this technology in our lives as much as possible. But all they've really had to show for it is slop flooding our timelines and people suffering severe mental health crises from too much chatbot use.
Yeah.
At this point, people either use this crap or they don't. And a lot of the people who do use it, they want it to be their girlfriend. Elon Musk was quick to shamelessly embrace the gooner contingent of AI users by releasing his hentai sex bot, Ani, but the prudes over at OpenAI have refused to give the people what they want. Until now. Here's The Verge. OpenAI will soon allow erotica for ChatGPT users who verify their age on the platform. In an X post on Tuesday, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman said the company will add support for mature conversations when it launches age gating in December. As we roll out age gating more fully and as part of our treat adult users like adults principle, we will allow even more, like erotica, for verified adults, Altman writes. Earlier this month, OpenAI hinted at allowing developers to create mature ChatGPT apps after it implements the appropriate age verification and controls. OpenAI isn't the only company dipping into erotica, as Elon Musk's xAI previously launched flirty AI companions which appear as 3D anime models in the Grok app.
Along with the addition of erotica, OpenAI also plans on launching a new version of ChatGPT that behaves more like what people liked about 4.0.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Just one day after making GPT-5 the default model powering ChatGPT, OpenAI brought back ChatGPT 4.0 as an option after people complained that the new model was less personable. Altman said OpenAI made ChatGPT pretty restrictive to make sure we were being careful with mental health issues.
But no more.
Adding that the company realized this change made the chatbot less useful / enjoyable to many users who had no mental health problems. We're willing to sacrifice that other percentage.
Yeah.
OpenAI has since launched tools to better detect when a user is in mental distress.
Listen, some of you will lose your minds.
Yes.
And that is a sacrifice we are willing to make.
But for the rest of us steel-trapped, strong brains who can handle making love to our robots.
Got a normal, good brain.
Yeah.
And I am in a sexual relationship with a chatbot. Not like those crazy people who lose their minds talking to ChatGPT. I'm fucking normal, and I'm jerking off to a computer.
That's the implication. I am smart enough to not be fooled into going and committing some crime in real life.
These idiots think that ChatGPT is their friend, when the truth is ChatGPT is your girlfriend. Come on. Come on, stupids.
I'm not those weirdos who go walk my real doll around in person. I use my fleshlight at home in private like a genius.
Uh-huh. God, it's so ridiculous.
Only the strongest brains can goon. And the weakest shall die. It is Darwinism.
Yeah, I mean, this is...
Yeah.
It seems like a desperate move. Like, I don't think this is a...
No, this is not the sign of a
business
company that's
decision you
doing
make.
well.
Yeah.
No,
like-
if there was zero problems at OpenAI and they were doing just fine and didn't need any money and they were just printing it, you wouldn't dip into erotica as like a, why don't we see what it does?
Yeah, and they're still waiting to figure out what step 3 is, and that's how you make actual profit.
Oh my God, especially now with the Sora thing that is just, like, you can't even describe setting money on fire anymore. They were setting money on fire before. Now it's like...
The subreddit now pops up in my suggested Reddit feed, and they've kneecapped it quite a bit. Probably because it was using an insane amount of processing power to make the dumbest fucking bullshit imaginable.
Yeah.
And they realized we probably shouldn't burn down an entire rainforest just so some dude can send like a meme to his friend.
Yeah.
But yeah, they made it worse, and everyone's upset, and they're already upset about like the intellectual property stuff. And yeah, someday they'll figure out a way to profit. Mm-hmm. And until that day, at least you'll be able to jork your peanuts with ChatGPT.
As long as you hold your ID right next to your face and stare into the Sam Altman cam.
We're just going to put you in the Gooner database.
Yeah. Hey, now type in whatever you want. World's your oyster. Go nuts. No one's looking. Honestly, Gooners are going to goon. But that second part is alarming considering the many, many cases that we saw over the summer of people totally losing their minds interacting with that specific model of ChatGPT, which was prone to sending people down mental health rabbit holes alarmingly quickly.
We're bringing it back.
So I guess we'll see how that goes. Hey, you can't deny the results. It worked.
Those people would have gone crazy some other way.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Exactly. If they hadn't gotten addicted to cigarettes, they probably would have driven their car off a cliff.
Listen, let's just everyone should have a mental health crisis now. Get it out of the way.
Yeah.
And then you come back from being Section 8 and then you can goon and you understand the consequences.
That's right. Mm-hmm. That's why you have to be at least 18. 18 to 25, you're still a toddler.
Yeah.
And that's when you should have your first mental health, AI-induced mental health crisis. Now, meanwhile, as adults who grew up without AI, it's easier for us to see how stupid all of this is. But the future seems very bleak for kids who are surrounded by AI at such an impressionable age. And here's NPR with some of that bleakness.
New survey data finds that nearly 1 in 5 high schoolers say they, or someone they know, has had a romantic relationship with artificial intelligence. And 42% of students surveyed say they or someone they know have used AI for companionship. That's according to new research from the Center for Democracy and Technology, CDT, a nonprofit that advocates for civil rights, civil liberties, and responsible use of data and technology. CDT conducted national surveys of roughly 800 6th through 12th grade public school teachers, 1,000 9th through 12th grade students, and 1,000 parents. The vast majority, 86% of students, 85% of educators, and 75% of parents, say they used AI during the last school year. CDT's Elizabeth Laird, one of the authors of the report, said the surveys showed some strong correlations. Among them, the more ways that a student reports that their school uses AI, the more likely they are to report things like, I know someone who considers AI to be a friend. I know someone who considers AI to be a romantic partner.
Laird says the surveys found higher levels of AI use in schools, defined as 7 to 10 school-related uses for teachers and 4 to 6 for students, correlates with increased exposure to data breaches, troubling interactions between students and AI-generated deepfakes, or manipulated videos or photos that can be used to sexually harass and bully students. This technology is a new vector for sexual harassment and bullying, which were long-standing issues before widespread use of AI, Laird says, and this has become a new way to exacerbate that. According to the report, 28% of teachers who use AI for many school-related tasks say their school experienced a large-scale data breach, compared to 18% of teachers who don't use AI or use it for only a few tasks. Laird, who previously worked as a data privacy officer for DC's state education agency, says she believes the more data schools share with AI systems, the more they risk a data breach.
Yeah, this is going fucking great. I do like the part where, they're like, the schools are forcing the students to use the AI.
Yeah.
That is directly correlated with the students thinking that AI is their friend or their...
And them exploiting it for awful things.
Yeah.
It turns out that when we force AI into the schools, people are using it to harass other students. It's just another tool for
But it's the future, and you have to embrace it. Like, it's objectively making everyone fucking dumber, but we have to embrace it.
Yeah. We're all getting dumb together.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, good luck to Generation Alpha, who's basically acting as non-consensual guinea pigs for technology whose consequences we still barely understand. You know? If this was bad, I guess we'll see eventually when this generation is just cursed, but not my problem. Not my generation. I mean, what could go wrong? Anyway, finally, today, in the interest of full disclosure, we have canceled all future ad reads for Huel because despite it being a product we genuinely liked and used a lot, turns out one of their products contains alarming levels of lead and cadmium. Yeah. That's according to Consumer Reports, who tested a bunch of protein powders and found that a lot of them contain concerning amounts of lead, but Huel's Black Edition powder was up near the very top, with each serving containing nearly double the weekly maximum for lead, which is extra scary because it's marketed as a product that you consume on a daily basis.
Yeah.
From their report,
2 plant-based protein powders contained enough lead that our experts advise against consuming them. Naked Nutrition's Mass Gainer powder contained 7.7 micrograms of lead per serving, which is roughly 1,570% of CR's level of concern for the heavy metal. One serving of Huel's Black Edition powder contained 6.3 micrograms of lead, or about 1,290% of CR's daily lead limit. We also found measurable levels of cadmium and inorganic arsenic in some products. One serving of Huel's Black Edition plant-based protein powder contained 9.2 micrograms of cadmium, more than double the level that public health authorities and CR experts say may be harmful to have daily, which is 4.1 micrograms. Yeah, not great. I loved that shit.
This is genuinely a bummer.
Yeah.
Because, I was using it a lot. I guess I was filling myself up with lead. I kept seeing this headline circulating, and I was like, the supplement industry in this country is heavily unregulated. What makes sense? There's probably lead in a bunch of it.
Yeah.
And then I actually looked at the article, and it was like, what?
I've been drinking out
I got
of
to make some emails.
My Garfield glass coffee mug, the one with the
one with the lead?
Hey, that's my Huel cup.
To be clear, if you've been, it sounds like you're probably almost certainly fine. It's just,
this
is
is
just lead. Lead. The thing is, it accumulates in the body. So
not great to
you
have.
want to get as little of it as possible.
Yeah.
It's impossible to get no lead because it is at this point. It's in all of the soil and everything. It's in anything, any vegetable that grows.
Still, we don't want to
But,
associate with it. So as soon as we found this out, we decided to tell you and cancel our fucking sponsorship.
Yeah, I'm like, you can, and it was interesting.
Just like when we asked about Cash App, just like, hey, we want to be as open and honest as possible. So, look, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I liked it too. So, and it definitely takes a lot of ads off our plate, but got to do it.
The CEO of Huel is going around on Reddit and saying that the test results in-house are completely different than the Consumer Reports. And I'm like, Consumer Reports is just the most, you can't.
I don't think they're attacking you.
Yeah, this is sort of their thing. There's no reason they would lie about it. They're pretty meticulous in their testing. They're a very reliable, trustworthy source. And I'm sorry, it sounds like they got you. And I hope they can clean up their act and figure out what the fuck they're doing. But for now, absolutely not. Run ads for,
exactly.
the fucking lead supplement. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Full article is linked down in the description because a lot of other protein products also have lead in it.
Yeah.
But it turns out we may have been poisoning ourselves and possibly you for some time now. And we don't feel good about that.
Yeah. That's it for today's episode. If you are upset about us giving you lead poisoning, click the like button. If you love the video, click the like button. And if you're just bored, click the like button. It's fun to click on things.
Yeah.
Leave a comment, reply to a comment, and we will, of course, see you very soon. But we have other episodes for you to watch. They're popping up now. You can watch them right here. Check it out. There's a pastor that they got shot in the head by ice. And more. Check that out.
Bye.
Bye.